Hi, I'm Rod Marshall, head professional at the Bana Hills Golf Club here in Da Nang, Vietnam. Going to have a couple of videos on pitching, distance control with pitching. The first video targeted mainly at novice golfers and the second video at more experienced golfers. The chip shot's anywhere between 40 yards to the flag, and then pitching anywhere from 40 yards outwards up to, let's say it's 100 yards. If you hit your the shortest club in your bag, for example a 56-degree wedge, if you hit that 56-degree wedge 100 yards, that means that anywhere inside 100 yards to 40 yards will be your pitching range. So again, the chip shot, 40 yards inward. So whether it's a chip and run where you don't have an obstacle in between you and the flag, or it might be a lofted chip shot where you've got a bunker in front of you. So that's the chip shot. And generally, a chip shot will roll further than what it flies, whereas a pitch flies the majority of the distance and then runs a shorter distance. So that's a good way of looking at the difference between a chip shot and a pitch shot. Okay, so we've established that we've got quite a big range of distances, anywhere between 40 yards to 100 yards, and we're not good enough, especially new golfers, are not good enough to know all of those different distances, and there's literally 60 different yardages from 40 to 100. The elite golfers are so good that they know their club head speed for all of those different distances, but for the average golfer, just two distances is really all we need to have for that range between 40 to 100. Now, 55 yards and 85 yards are those two distances, and the reason for those particular distances is that a typical green depth is 30 yards. So anywhere from 40 yards to 70 yards is a green depth. So in between those two distances is 55 yards. So if you can pinpoint the club head speed you need to get 55 yards and the length of swing you need for 55 yards, you will then hit the middle of the green. And then depending on where the flag is on the green, you're not going to be too far away. And for a new golfer, that's plenty good enough. Now the second distance is of 85 yards, so that's anywhere between 70 to 100 is the green depth for that farthest distance. So 85 yards, smack bang in the middle of the green. So here at Bana Hills we use Trackman to help my students get a feel for how much club head speed they need for those two particular distances. So for 55 yards, they'll discover the length of swing that they need to generate the club head speed that they need to get 55 yards. And then for 85 yards, they'll learn that they need a bigger swing, load the club up to maybe 10 o'clock rather than 9 o'clock. That will allow them to get a feel for the club head speed they need for that particular distance. So if you do come to the Bana Hills Golf Academy, we do use Trackman. It's a great tool to help you get a feel for the distance control with pitching.